Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to the night shift. How you doing? Want to say big ups to each and everyone locked in right now. Those on TuneIn Radio on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Those checking in from PEMGTV.com. Those locked in on Reggae Global Radio. And of course, right here at the home of the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have enlightenment. Wait. Let me see. Wait, stop. You're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment. My tongue wouldn't cooperate with my brain just now, boy, oh boy. It's Real Talk Wednesday. Happy hump day to you. It's a night where we do a thing we call Real Talk. It's also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show. Speaking of Marlon, greetings Mr. GM, how are you sir? I see you in the stew pot. Real Rockers happens on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10. If you've never caught it, you're missing out on a lot. Marlon is the real music edutainer. Yeah, it's just not just reggae music that he is into. He's a music edutainer. If you don't know what an edutainer is, meet Marlon and then you'll know. This is the sound of little bits. It's called Good Times.
Bring the good vibes, bring the good line, bring the good times again. Bring the good vibe for all the people them. I love any vibe is addicted to me. So now that we free up and do what we feel and not taking no stupidness, no orders from no one. I'm gonna do what my body wants. Cause right now to me I feel like nothing can go wrong. I feel like a winner. The energy around me is so strong. I live the life for me. I do it for me. I just enjoy it myself. There's no jumpy in me. So any good vibes come me. And now we walk and come me. I want you to first here when I call you know what I mean. So let the good vibes float my way. No heavy vibes spoiling my day. So let the good times come me. It's good vibes for real, good times for real, good vibes for them, good vibes for me. I deal with my friends, it's good times for we, good vibes again, good times for real. Don't have no time for enemies, good vibes for them, good vibes for me. I deal with my friends, it's good times for we, good vibes again, good times for real. Just enjoy yourself, yeah, yeah. Don't be afraid to come wine up on me. I want you to put on your focus on me. I'm not taking no stupidness, no orders from no one. I'm gonna do what my body wants. Cause right now to me I feel like nothing can go wrong. I feel like a winner. The energy around me is so strong. I live the life for me. I do it for me. I just enjoy it myself. There's no jumpy in me. So many good vibes come me. And now we walk and come me. I want you to first here when I call you know what I mean. So many good vibes float my way. No heavy vibes spoiling my day. So many good times come me. It's good vibes for real, good times for real, good vibes for them, good vibes for me. I deal with my friends, it's good times for we, good vibes.
Little bit said let the good times come in.
No time for enemies, good vibes for them.
Yeah, we don't have no time for enemies.
With my friends, it's good times for we, good vibes again.
I do what my body feel like it want to.
So many good vibes come in.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with my body. If it want to do it, we're going to do it.
Bring the good vibes.
That's a little bit sad.
Bring the good times again. Bring the good vibes for all.
I want to thank Paul C Media Group for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast.
Nothing can go wrong. I feel like a winner. Energy.
For innovative streaming and recording solutions when being in the moment is priceless.
I do it for me.
You definitely want to give them a link, eh?
There's no jumpy in
They can do everything that you see right here on kevinstew.com and more.
times for we. Good vibes again. Good times for real.
So you have a website,
For enemies. Good vibes for them. Good vibes for me. I did
you're looking for somewhere to host it,
for we. Good vibes.
you're looking for somewhere to create one for you.
Just enjoy yourself. So many good vibes from me.
If you want to do like what I do and do streaming on your website,
From me.
if you want to take it a step further and have your own internet broadcast,
Bring the good life
like your own internet TV station,
again.
you can do that too.
For all you people.
Call them 754-999-6020
Nothing can go wrong.
or check them out at paulcmg.com.
Around me is so strong. I live the life for me. I do it for me. I just enjoy
That's right, Novelty.
this good
No time for enemies.
times again. Good times for real. Don't have no time for enemies.
Thank you for passing through.
Them good vibes for me. I deal with my friends. It's good times for we. Good vibes again. Good times for real. Just enjoy yourself. So many good vibes from me.
I want to say big ups to those in the chat room on Reggae Global Radio. Of course,
Bring the good vibes. Bring the good life.
big ups to those who are locked in on Facebook Live.
Bring the good vibes for all you people.
Those of you who don't know what fast mean,
I feel like
it
nothing.
means inquisitive.
I feel like a winner. Energy around me.
And where do you get more inquisitive people than on Facebook?
I do it for me.
So it's Facebook.
Enjoying myself. There's no jumping.
If you didn't know it before, now you learned something, yeah?
Good vibes come me. And then we walk and come me. Our universe here when I call you know what I mean. So many good vibes float my way. No heavy vibes spoiling my day. So many good times come me. It's good vibes for real. Good times.
So,
Good vibes for them.
good vibes for them, good vibes for we. We're going to do what our body feel like. Little bit says good times. Alright, call a friend, tell a friend. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Real Talk Wednesday. This is how we close out the night shift week with what Marlon calls his favorite night shift show. And he tells everybody, yo, look, y'all come on over. It's time for some real talk. And that's what we do. We have real discussions about real things that happen in real life. And tonight is no different, as you can see from the description down here, right at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, we're talking about nocturnal emissions. Those of you who saw the post tonight for the post on social media, on any of the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about wet dreams. And yeah, who doesn't have them? You know, there was a time when it was thought that only men have them. And teenage boys, yeah, you know what? I've said this on multiple occasions. There are not a whole lot of differences between men and women. Let me just put that out there right now. And invite y'all to those listening in and want to comment. Feel free to do so. Again, this is a judgment-free zone. Numbers to call, numbers to text. I'll give it to you early. 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can WhatsApp from anywhere in the world if that is an issue for you. And you can Skype. Do that. Kevin.stew is my Skype handle. Link me. We'll get talking. I do want to hear from you. Again, this is a judgment-free zone. Jump into the stew pot where the water is always fine. Come on, that's where we keep things bubbling. The stew pot is what others call a chat room. We're fancy over here on kevinstew.com, so we call it the stew pot. Come jump on in and get bubbling. Yeah? Cool. I want to say big ups to those who are already in the stew pot. And again, big ups to those on Reggae Global Radio in the chat. Those on PEMGTV.com and those locked in on Facebook Live. Remember, Facebook is only temporary. Get familiar with the link. The link is in the description. just click on the little blue link. Yeah, www.kevinstew.com. That blue link right there. Click on that. It takes you straight there. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to start the broadcast. If you're not hearing anything, just click the mute button. That is on that little TV screen. On the video screen. That's all. Take it off mute. Boom. You're there. You don't need to change your name in the stew pot. You can remain anonymous. Again, it's a judgment-free zone. So we keep it real around here. Now, let's get this out of the way quick, fast, and in a hurry. Right off the bat, which other phrase can we use? In a jiffy, lickety split. Wet dreams are not just for teenage boys. In what is a common experience, especially during adolescence or periods of abstinence, wet dreams may occur during our sleep. They're also called nocturnal emissions, which is why this show is called Nocturnal Emissions by title, because I kind of like that. It makes you think. Nocturnal emissions. What's he talking about? Sweating in your sleep? What kind of emissions? You passing gas in your sleep? What's it? No. So, what caused them? Well, we hope to find out. Do women as well as men experience them? I'll just let that out the bag right now. Women do have wet dreams. And do they relate to sexual desire or sexual need? Because it's always thought that it was the horny teenage boys that had wet dreams. What? We'll find out. Now, wet dreams occur during sleep and consist of ejaculation for men or vaginal lubrication for women. They are also known as nocturnal emissions. They are sometimes interpreted as a spontaneous orgasm with associated dream content. Funny thing is that it's not all the time that you're dreaming that when you have a wet dream. It's strange, but it's true. Men may wake with the contraction of orgasm and the wetness of semen emitted onto sleep clothing or their bedding. Wet dreams may occur throughout our lives after puberty, but they are more common during adolescence or during periods of sexual abstinence. It is estimated that 38% of teenage boys experience a wet dream before learning what it is. It kind of sound like a low percentage. It's on the lower side. But boys will be boys. I don't know if in today's day, really and truly, any of our teenagers, boys and girls, do not know what a wet dream is. Higher levels of sexual hormones may also play a role in wet dreams. Now, during sleep, and this is information courtesy of verywellhealth.com. During sleep, there may be increased blood flow to the sexual organs. For men, they may occur with or without an erection. In general, men have erections during REM sleep. It is a common cause of waking with a morning erection. It just happens for no reason at all. It just happens. Not all boys or men have wet dreams. If not awakened and without ejaculate, they may go unnoticed. For similar reasons related to a lack of physical evidence, women may be unaware of the phenomenon. And I believe that is where the whole concept that it's only men that have wet dreams. I think that is where it comes from, because with women, there isn't always evidence. And they don't really talk about it as much. Wet dreams occur normally without a clearly identified inciting cause. There is some association between an increased frequency of wet dreams and a lack of sexual activity or masturbation with orgasm. Some studies have shown that higher testosterone levels are associated with more frequent wet dreams. So, the more manly you are, chances are, the more likely you'll have wet dreams. That's one way to argue it, because testosterone is related to manliness, quote unquote manliness, right? Okay, so someone in the stupid saying, I used to think there was something wrong with me. I used to get them all the time during my 30s and early 40s. I used to think it only happened to adolescents. All right. So, 644. First question for you. Are you male or female? Let's get that out the way. I'm not going to make an assumption that you are a male. Are you male or female? Because again, typically the thought is that it is always the men or the boys that they're experiencing this phenomenon. Here you go. So now you have a female that is experiencing this phenomenon, and it was happening in her 30s and 40s. Wait a minute. So you're not in your 30s and you're not in your 40s anymore. So do you still experience wet dreams, or do you know if you experience wet dreams? The associated dream content is not necessarily reflective of daytime experiences or even preferences. Typically, wet dreams occur during sleep, but they are normal and should not be viewed as bad or wrong. It is also normal not to have wet dreams. So, either way you look at it, it's quite normal. You still have them, but not so much that you notice. Okay, cool. So as we talk some more, we'll learn a little bit more about these nocturnal emissions and what they are. Hey Novelty, welcome to the pot. Glad you could jump on in. Now, the sexual nature of the dream does not always reflect an underlying desire and may not correspond to daytime intentions. It may be interesting to explore inner sexual desires as well as reflected by the fantasies of the dream content to see what you might find arousing during wakefulness. So now you found that you went to sleep and you had this weird dream about this person that in real life you don't really find attractive, but here they are in your dream in a sexual way. What is this? But not only did they appear in your dream that way, but you are very aroused, and and I'm reading the comments in the stew pot also. Not only that they were in your dream, but you were well aroused and you had a great time with them. So now does it mean that you want the person, but it's not the person that you're attracted to in real life? Do you listen to your dream and then you pursue that person? What how does that work? Cool, don't worry. We're going to look at some of that information a little bit later on. here it is, someone else in the stew pot saying, I had them when I was married and sexually active. So the whole idea. So now that you're not married anymore, they went away. So for some people, apparently, marriage brings on wet dreams. It's oh well, you said and sexually active. So the more active you are, the more wet dreams you have. I'm really just tossing things out there to get people thinking. I'm not saying that is the case, but I really want you thinking. Gee, who could this actually happen to? Does it happen to everybody? Well, we already found out that it doesn't happen to everybody, and it's normal for it to happen and for it to not happen. Now, the why it happens, well, that's still up in the air. So the big question, which was really answered from the get-go, is the big question is, can women have wet dreams? It was answered at the beginning of the broadcast. It was answered by one of our potters. Yes, yes, yes. Women can. Although women may not be aware of the occurrence of vaginal lubrication or wetness during sleep associated with a wet dream, it is thought that they also experience this phenomenon. Though women may also have wet dreams, the term is most often only used for men. Now, if that isn't some sexist BS, I don't know what is. Why? Why only men? No. Women have them too, so call it what it is. Nocturnal emissions. And leave it general. Don't just say that, well, the boys, the men, it's for them. That's what they do. No. It's not the case. I remember a girl in high school, reading one of the comments for you guys that are just listening. I remember a girl in high school that I never thought about sexually. Saw her in my dream one morning. I was never able to look her in the eye again. Why though? What's the big deal? Why wouldn't you be able to look her in the eye again? It's not like you violated her. A dream is a dream. Maybe what I really needed to look at for tonight is dreams. Do they have meanings? Is there any legitimacy to them? Maybe I need to do that. Yeah, because when people going to take it to heart and have a dream about someone and not be able to relate to them the same way anymore. Growing up in Jamaica, you were always told that your dreams symbolize something. There's a meaning to it. You need to look deeper into it. Who knows? This sexual arousal that an individual is experiencing during sleep may not result in an orgasm. It may rarely cause moisture in undergarments or on bedding. Similar to that experienced by men, but this is less likely. It is less likely that the wetting of the undergarments, the moisture, or the wetting of the bedding, and it's not urine. It's less likely that is going to happen. It would be expected that this increased lubrication, this increased vaginal lubrication, would be associated with similar sex-based dreaming content. Now, okay, you felt like you violated her. You know what? You are a good person to have a dream about someone. So she willing in the dream? Because otherwise, you may have missed out. I don't know. She was always bubbly and friendly and greeted me with a huge smile. I always tried to hide my discomfort. So she smiled at you and you became uncomfortable prior to the dream or after the dream? It's just after the dream that you had discomfort. You sound like a real shy person. What's wrong with you? Somebody talk to him, Bobby. Now, are wet dreams related to erotic dreams? And are they always related to erotic dreams? Like we said before, there isn't any evidence that wet dreams are directly related to erotic dreams or any other type of dreaming. Similarly, it is unclear if they can be solely attributed to unmet sexual desire or need. The fact that they seem to increase in frequency during periods of abstinence may suggest this, but this relationship is a difficult one to prove. As in the case that we heard earlier. Here it is. Married man having sex, having frequent wet dreams. But then, the discomfort was only after the dream. Oh, sorry, Bridget. But then, I know of a female that has wet dreams. And it just happens. It out of the blue. Boom. It's there. That was kind of loud, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. And me having the mind that I have, that inquisitive mind, you can just call me fast. You know, I want to know so what were you dreaming about? Is that someone that you're attracted to? Is that someone that you've been with? Is that someone that you see yourself with in the future? And all these questions, come into play. Now, no pun intended, of course. But because of my inquiring mind, all these questions are there. Do they get answered? Very seldom, because it's an I don't know for the majority of the times. Majority of the questions, I should say. I don't ask the questions frequently, but it's because of good friends why I get to have some of my topics. A good friend gave me my topic last night, which is a really good one, looking at condoms in healthy love, and it was another good friend that said, do women generally have orgasms? And I was like, you are onto something. Let's explore that. And so we get to learn a little bit more about ourselves, a little bit more about this phenomenon that happens to a lot of people. I won't say just about everybody, because it's normal for it to not happen. So, is there anybody, whether on Facebook Live, which I'm about to say sayonara to you guys on Facebook Live, is there anybody out there that is listening right now? Those on Reggae Global Radio or any of the other affiliates, those on in the stew pot, anybody at all? Have you never had a wet dream? Let me know. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more. Okay. For the sake of tonight's show, when we return, we're going to talk some more about nocturnal emissions. Cool? Cool. We'll be right back. Facebook Live, deuces. Use up the link, that little blue, the part of the words that you see in blue in the description that have the underline. Yeah, click on that. It takes you straight to the Kevin Stew homepage, where The video is there. The video is live. You don't need to start it. If you're not hearing anything, just take it off mute. And you're there. You don't need to change your name, but it will be good to know who it is that I'm interacting with. Remain anonymous if you want to. But this is a judgment-free zone, and you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment when you come here. When you visit here. I know I'm going to get this in the morning. I'm going to get it in the morning. I'm not going to hear the end of this one with this broadcast. All right. I'm going to take a quick break. Facebook Live, deuces to you. We'll be right back after these messages.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage. You can make this vision come to life.
Help us create this first-of-its-kind space
That all Caribbean people can be proud of. Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe and donate today.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about Palace. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, Palace has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or $415,000 US.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise.
I'm representing for DJ Kevin's Jew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin's true sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin's true.
There's another morning without you. There's another day will I get through it without breaking down. Haven't seen the sun since you've been gone. Like my heart, I lost it when you left me, and it can't be found. How can I go on, baby? I've been living on memories of you and me. All the love we made, all those tender nights and those endless days are all here inside. Baby, can you stop the rain from falling? Won't you chase my clouds away? I'll give anything to see the sun again. Only you can stop these tears from falling. I can't face another day. Baby, can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop the rain? Everywhere I go, I feel you there, following my footsteps like a shadow. Oh, my broken heart. Sometimes it's a pair of passing eyes, or it's just the way someone is talking. There you are. Am I all alone? Don't you ever wake up and reach for me where I used to be? Is there any chance? I just can't believe you're not lonely too. It's for me and you. Baby, can you stop the rain from falling? Won't you change
I want to welcome you back to the broadcast. The sound of Teddy Greaves Jr. in the background,
the sun again?
asking the question, can you stop the rain?
Tears from falling. I can't.
No, it is said every time it rains I get wet, so is the wetness caused by the rain? Or does it just encourage some wetness?
Rain. If you were here for
Teddy, what exactly are you asking to happen right here?
you remember, 'cause
I want to say big ups to my brethren Teddy Greaves.
I'm enough. I know we can make it together.
In fact, big ups to Teddy Greaves Senior and Junior.
Won't you chase my clouds away?
Yeah, Teddy Greaves Senior is very much still around.
Anything to see the sun again. Only you can stop these tears of mine from falling. I can't face another day.
Yeah, really can't face another day.
Is there any chance? I just
Not with all this rain and wetness.
not long.
That's what they were saying in Jamaica over the weekend. Can you please stop this rain from falling?
Can you stop the rain from
Tropical storm Zeta, boy, caused around about $2 billion worth of damage in Jamaica.
anything to see the sun again? Only you
And it was only a rain event.
tears falling. I can't
I want to take this moment to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. Althea SU is a licensed massage therapist that comes to you.
If you were here,
If you're in Broad County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties, just give her a call.
remember
She comes with her table.
loving you was
She brings her table,
enough. I know we can
her oils and healing heavenly hands. I give you my word. I'm gonna try to stop. I'm gonna try to behave.
Is there any chance?
Althea comes to you with her table, brings her healing heavenly hands, her oils, and she comes COVID free.
Baby, can you stop the rain?
And she'd love to leave that way.
Won't you chase my clouds away?
So if you know you're good to go, give her a call. 954-655-9000.
Only you can stop.
Or email her at thealater@att.net.
I can't face another day. Baby, can you stop?
Thank you, Althea.
You stop the rain. If you were here for only one night, baby, I know you remember. 'Cause loving you once was a time enough. I know we can make it together. Together. Can you stop the rain? Won't you chase my clouds away? I'd give anything to see the sun again. Only you can stop these tears of mine from falling. I can't face another day. Baby, can you stop? You stop. Can you stop the rain?
Teddy Greaves Jr., one of the three Greaves brothers in entertainment today. You have Teddy, you have Gershie, and you have Yishka. Yep, they're all brothers. You know, 644, I behave. How I behave is, well, that's that's a different thing, but I behave. So, is there a way to stop nocturnal emissions, wet dreams? It is believed that the frequency can be decreased with increased sexual activity or more frequent masturbation resulting in orgasms, and with accompanying ejaculation in men. So nothing incomplete. You know, complete the job one way or another. And that is is believed to be one way to reduce the frequency or even stop wet dreams. Now, this may relieve the need for men to ejaculate during sleep. Reducing contact with the genitals by sleeping on one side or back rather than on your stomach may also be helpful. So, is that saying sleeping on your stomach can stimulate the genitalia? Is that what they're trying to say there? Please say there is not a way. I happen to enjoy them. Well, you know, that is good to know too. And I truly appreciate love when the listeners can participate in a very real way. Because for some reason, people believe that they cannot be open and honest without judgment. Listen, if you want us to be friends, and that's not a word that I use lightly. If I call him a friend, then you're someone special. So, if you want us to be friends, I need you to be authentic and open. So, come at me with all your honesty. Whether you believe it's going to hurt my feelings or not, at least I know that you're honest. And then we can work past whatever it is. It's not easy to do, especially when you have always lived a life where you try to cater to the needs or the desires of others, in that you try to make everybody else happy. You keep everybody comfortable. The truth doesn't always make you comfortable. So you relate to me that way, and I guarantee you we can be friends. So I truly appreciate love 644 that you made that statement, that there's not, you are hoping that there was not a way to stop the wet dreams because you enjoy them. Listen, who would not enjoy an orgasm? Seriously. It is the ultimate point to the ultimate achievement of sexual activity. And as adults, sexual activity is a part of our life. We are sexual beings. Like it or not, believe it or not. So the thought of not attaining that, well, that's just scary. It really is. And I dread the day when I can no longer have an orgasm or ejaculate, because it's a reality. The things that we're putting in our bodies disguised as food, it can, you don't know what it will cause. Wet dreams may be a healthy and normal part of sleep. Aside from the need to clean up clothing or bedding, there is no particular problem with the phenomenon occurring. Please, please, please understand. Wet dreams don't mean that there's something wrong with you. You don't need to go see a therapist just because you have nocturnal emissions. No. Whether you don't have them or you have them frequently, listen. It's like passing gas. It's natural. So leave it alone. Let it be. I cannot sleep facing down, so it's not possible with me to have my genitalia stimulated while sleeping face down. Okay. Do you sleep alone, 644? Because stimulation, there's a quick fix for that, depending on if you sleep alone or not. In rare cases that wet dreams are troublesome, I don't know which cases that's probably why they say it's rare. But in rare cases where wet dreams are troublesome, medications such as antidepressants can be used to decrease the frequency of events. These medications also suppress ejaculation during wakefulness. So that is something, again, to take into consideration. How many individuals do you know today take antidepressants or are prescribed antidepressants? So think about that, and then think about how happy they really are. I chuckle, but just that little bit of information says so much. If you're being given antidepressants to curb your frequent nocturnal emissions, your frequent wet dreams, then what is your love life like? Do you attain that much pleasure, that much joy from having achieved your goal? Or do you just keep trying and trying and trying again? Now, as it relates to women and wet dreams. You know, the British tend to be pretty. Now, for all my British friends, don't take this the wrong way. But the Brits are said to be quite stuck up, uptight, snobbish, prudish. I don't know what other adjective can be used for them. But for all the failings of the British sex education system, one major pitfall is its poor representation of the vagina. Diagrams and dioramas that fully ignored the existence of the clitoris is one thing. Prim and proper. Yeah, we can use that to describe them. Thank you very much. Worse still was waking up in a wet patch during teenage years and thinking that there is some type of incontinence issue. Of course, the problem wasn't anything like that. It was more patriarchal. While the boys were taught all about nocturnal emissions, the ladies were left thinking they simply just don't have them. So here you have this writer who submitted this article to Vice.com. She goes by the name Gina Tonic. And Gina says, there's a notable lack of research into female orgasms. Kate, 28, and a regular wet dreamer, refers to as scientific sexism the lack of research into female orgasms. In a 2017 interview with Broadly, science journalist Angela Saini explained that there's a lot of bad evolutionary psychology out there that implies women are less promiscuous than men, that women are weaker than men, or in this case, that women cannot have wet dreams the same as men. Bollocks. Am I allowed to say that on British radio? I know we have some Brits. You know, on this side of the world, it's fine. But, okay. I won't repeat it. Wet dreams are more obvious among men because they usually result in a big blob of semen on their pants or their bed sheets. But that doesn't mean women don't have them. According to Dr. Sirin Lakhani, a cosmetic doctor and intimate health expert at Elite Aesthetics, anyone can have an orgasm in their sleep. Anyone. Wet dreams can happen to men and women of any age, although they tend to start during puberty and decrease with age. For women in particular, REM sleep causes an increased blood flow to the clitoral area, which leads your brain to sexual arousal, which can then result in an orgasm. Here's what I have to say, or one question that comes to mind with that bit of information. If for women, or no, let me not make it gender specific. If REM sleep causes an increased blood flow to the genitalia, then to say that you are led by your genitals wouldn't necessarily be an incorrect statement to make. Because here it is, they're saying, because of the increased blood flow to the clitoral area, your brain now receives a signal that sexual arousal is at hand, and that can lead to an orgasm. So this could very well be the reason that wet dreams happen. There's an increased blood flow to the genitalia. Now that's sent a signal to the brain that something is happening. typically during that sensation, that signal, the end result is an orgasm. Boom, bang, bim, mystery solved. Psychological changes occur when a woman orgasms in her sleep, including an increase, not psychological, sorry, physiological. I thought I was going too fast there, but physiological changes, which include increase in heart rate and breathing to coincide with the increased vaginal blood flow. Now, it is not the menstrual cycle, not that type of blood flow. There are also external factors that spur them on, like thinking about people you fancy right before you drop off. Pressure or friction from bedding or lying on your front, ladies, if your breasts don't get in the way, or if you're just uncomfortable for you sleeping on your stomach. Now, with that said, women's wet dreams are not as clear-cut as they are for men. Vaginal secretions can just mean you were sexually aroused and not necessarily that you reached an orgasm. And this is what Dr. Lakhani had to say. It doesn't really mean that you're there. Now, with the knowledge, as according to Gina, with the knowledge that my wet bed sheets and even wetter genitalia may not be robust enough evidence that other women have wet dreams, I scouted out a few other females that express their sleep orgasms to see if there are any other indicators for those unsure of what to look out for. Sarah, who's age 22, says she knows she has had a wet dream when she wakes up shaking, breathless, and basically in that post-orgasm whole body feeling. Briar, 23, says their nocturnal emissions make her morning stretches feel really good. And she says, I just get that after orgasm glow. Now, although the phrase wet dream technically describes having an orgasm in your sleep, Kate and Elle, both 26, say they usually wake up on the brink. They say, my wet dreams don't end in an orgasm. I normally wake up at that point frustratingly. That's what Kate says. They make you feel very aroused, like how you would feel after some good foreplay. Just because they don't end in an orgasm, I wouldn't say it's not a wet dream. Thinking on Kate's quote made me wonder, says Gina, if the reason we don't hear about female-bodied wet dreams in the way we do about men-bodied ones isn't just a patriarchal notion that vaginas, well, basically, women can't do what men can, but that we're trying to understand an overnight orgasm in the limited and gendered context of spermy bedspread. Even the word wet has a totally different connotation in those terms. Whether women are merely flooding their basement or full on just making a mess in their sleep, both should be considered a wet dream. Because either way, the woman is going to be far from dry. It's just how it is. In fact, it is her belief, Gina says, it is my belief that we should reclaim the term wet dream for ourselves and reclassify whatever the men are having as a spunky nightmare. Listen, that's what Gina said. And you can read the article again and again and again for yourself on vice.com. It's a UK article. But again, these are some of the discussions that we don't typically have. So that is why we have Real Talk. We're going to take another break and we're going to look at 13 common sex dreams and what they actually mean, as according to Allure magazine, that is. And this should be really interesting. So come back and then we jump into musical therapy a little bit later on. But we're going to look at 13 common sex dreams and what they actually mean when we come back from the break. Call a friend, tell a friend. It's a night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. Real Talk Wednesday. Tonight we're talking about nocturnal emissions. We'll be right back. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.
Hi, this is Tony Culture, inviting you to come check me out on Reggae Global Radio, Mondays, 6 p.m. until 7 p.m. It's Tony Culture time on Reggae Global Radio. Come and check me out. It's a bunch of vibes, a whole heap of vibes, musical rise, tell you say. Come check it out, reggaeglobalradio.com. Mondays, 6 p.m. until 7 p.m.
Tony Culture time, Shabbat.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others, and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part, because we're all #alone together. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
This is Gia Yee, and you're listening to The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew.
She giving me that hot sexy love. Long time she away from me, I get one I don't touch. She giving me that hot sexy love. Tell her say me have a woman and she tell me about her. She giving me that hot sexy love. Ready for me pick her up because tonight is our fun time. She giving me that hot sexy love. That hot sexy love. Whatever she had from me tonight, she reveal it. She giving me that hot sexy love. She said tonight she had the doctor, she giving me healing. She giving me that hot sexy love. Now she giving me the loving from the floor to the ceiling. She giving me that hot sexy love. She tell me Gina bother stop because she loving the feeling. She giving me that hot sexy love. Then hot sexy love. Been so long since I've known you. That's what she said. Been wanting to show you this side of me. You have always been taken. butter. She giving me that hot sexy love. Long time she a wait on me, I go another time. She giving me that hot sexy love. Tell her say me have a woman and she tell me about her. She giving me that hot sexy love. Ready for me pick her up because tonight is our butter. She giving me that hot sexy love. That hot sexy love. Whatever she had for me tonight, she reveal it. She giving me that hot sexy love. She said tonight she had the doctor, she giving me healing. She giving me
The track is called Hot Sexy Love.
She giving me the loving from the floor to the ceiling. She
Courtesy of the man with the homegrown show.
the love in the feeling. She
That's a G. Cole. Working on Raps and Kush.
now it's like 4 in the morning. Who could this be? Kinda late to be calling, disturbing me. But then the voice on the phone say, hey baby, it's me. Oh girl, I sit here just smiling. Come over, I'm free. Yeah. Come put it for me. Yeah. Oh, oh. She love me right in on me eye and tell me she this a full time. She giving me that hot sexy love. Long time she a wait on me.
Look him in the eye and say, yo,
Sexy love. Tell her say me have a woman and she
it's time, you know, Bridget.
giving me that hot sexy love.
Let's get it on.
Pick her up because tonight is our full time. She giving me that hot sexy love. That hot sexy love.
I want to say thank you to my sponsors for this segment of the broadcast.
Oh girl, I sit here just smiling. Come over,
Reggae Global Entertainment, thank you very much.
come put it for me.
Reggae Global Entertainment will be your booking agents, act as you take care of your tour management,
She this a full time. She giving me that hot sexy love.
handle your copyright, your publishing, your music production, your legal service referrals, and so much more.
Tell her say me have a woman and she tell me about her. She
Go ahead and give them a call, 954-998-8034.
this a full time. She
They can do some marketing and promotion for you too.
that hot sexy love.
Visit them on reggaeglobalentertainment.com and say, hey, listen,
Feel it. She giving me that hot sexy
I heard about you on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew, you know.
for me.
What can you do for me?
She love me right in on me eye and tell me she this a full time. She giving me that hot sexy love. Long time she a wait on me, I go another time. She giving me that hot sexy love. Tell her say me have a woman and she tell me about her. She giving me that hot sexy love. Ready for me pick her up because tonight is our full time. She giving me that hot sexy love. That hot sexy love. Whatever she had for me tonight, she reveal it. She giving me that hot sexy love. She said tonight she had the doctor, she giving me healing. She giving me that hot sexy love.
Remember, you can catch G. Cole right here on Reggae Global Radio also,
She tell me she no bad stop because she love in the feeling. She
as well as online
love.
on social media, the Homegrown with G. Cole.
Whatever she had for me tonight, she reveal it. She giving me that hot sexy love. She said tonight she had the doctor, she giving me healing. She giving
It's called Hot Sexy Love
no, she giving me the loving from the floor to the ceiling. She
from the album Ocho Rios.
tell me she no bad stop because she love in the feeling. She giving me that hot sexy love. That hot sexy love.
So sometimes I wake up having an orgasm if I haven't had sex in a while. And about once a month, despite being in a happy relationship, I get it on with in my dreams with my celebrity crush. Perhaps most disturbingly as a result, perhaps most disturbingly as a sexual assault survivor. I too often wake up from a sexual nightmare, sweating and in need of reassurance that it was just a dream. Even though we logically understand that they're not real, sexual dreams can have a profound effect on our psyche, causing us to feel arousal, guilt, or fear. As we got information in the stew pot earlier. You know, as a child, as a young man, here it is having a dream about a schoolmate and feeling guilty about it afterwards. Wow. According to clinical psychologist and night sleep expert Michael Brios, sex dreams are perfectly normal and even healthy. Sexual dreams appear to start when a child is going through puberty. This is when testosterone kicks into high gear for boys and estrogen for girls, and the attraction to a sexual partner begin to occur. While Brios says most people have fewer sexual dreams after puberty, they don't end after puberty. In fact, somatic psychologist and sex therapist Holly Richmond says that 80% of her clients talk to her about their sex dreams to better understand why we have sex dreams, the different types and what they mean. Allure magazine spoke with several experts to break it down. Now, here's a little bit of a spoiler for you. The brain loves to dream about the forbidden. So, anybody out there that has been dreaming about me like that, I'm not saying that it is because you desire me, but it may be because you can't have me. Pum pum pum. At least that's what I want to tell myself. What may actually be true could be something else, but you can keep that to yourself. Okay? I'm going with my thought. Often we have sex dreams about those who are off limits, like our boss or a co-worker. What makes them off limits? I'm not too sure, but if they're placed in that category, then that's a category that they're in. Now, these dreams are very common, says Richmond, but rather than indicating that you are actually lusting after your boss, the dream is likely about office power dynamics. There's a relationship dynamic in which you need to control more, and it's getting played out sexually. There's so rarely a real sexual component to this. If you feel yucky when you wake up, then trust that feeling. You don't want to have sex with this person, and there's some other dynamic at play. A very stimulating conversation. It is a pity that you have to go. Thank you very much, Novelty. I truly appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. Do tell Howard greetings for me. And big ups and love the new tune. Love the new tune. Thank you. Now, so that you don't get embarrassed, office-related sex dreams are quite normal. Additionally, don't waste time wondering if you should sleep with your boss when the answer is clearly a no. We can share the pleasure, Novelty. You don't have to take it all. You don't have to hug it all for yourself. We get the pleasure of hearing your track, and you get the pleasure of making it. So we share the pleasure. Just for clarity for those listening in wondering what Stu and Novelty have going on here. Yeah, leave us alone. Do take time to assess how you feel at work. If you have been having these dreams about coworkers or your boss. Do you feel stifled? Perhaps you want more freedom, trust, and control. Get organized and suggest a meeting to discuss ways to achieve this. And do not bring up the sex dream. Leave it out of your meeting. If your boss brings it up, Just nod. Smile and nod. But you don't bring it up. So why would your mind, or why does our mind waste precious sleep by having sex with someone we don't like? Well, think about it as more of a hate interaction. What comes to mind? You probably think of hot sex with someone you don't like or you're mad at. And during sex, you get to expend that sexual energy. That sounds like assault. That sounds like rape. I don't know. That takes away from it for me. Richmond says that, like with your bosses, when we have sex dreams about someone we dislike, it's likely more about power dynamics rather than a sexual act. Dreams can communicate a lot. It's just not always a direct connection. Sex dreams about celebrities, those are very common, according to the experts. So, what do those mean? Well, that answer could actually be pretty simple. They likely mean that we're attracted to that celebrity. Why it couldn't mean that we're attracted to our bosses if we have the same dream about our bosses? What are you saying here? These can range from crushes to sexual prowess and agency, and feeling like we can get someone who is out of reach. Those are really common too, and they're usually an ego boost. Richmond says, so what should we do about them? Have fun with them. It is unlikely you'll ever get to have this in real life with this celebrity. Well, dreams do come true, you know. And no, having sex with a celebrity in your dreams does not count as cheating. Just to get that out the way. I have never had a sexual dream about someone I do not like or a boss. Consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself one of the lucky ones. Sometimes sex dreams can feel so real. It's like you really did cheat on your partner. Here's the thing. Start having real conversation, real dialogue with your partners. And that way you can then tell them about the experience. And if you enjoyed it, then you might get to experience some compersion. So if you enjoyed it and they're happy that you enjoyed it, then you have experienced compersion. Now, if you enjoyed it and you tell them that you enjoyed it and you end up waking up the next day from a concussion or with a concussion, then you know how they feel about it. I'm just saying. But either way, open up those lines of communication. Another iteration of dreams is fantasy. What we fantasize about is not really what we want to do. There's probably more context around it, says Richmond. Are you fantasizing about that sexual freedom? Or is there something in your life that is missing? I don't think you want to leave your partner. So while you may be craving sex with your middle school punk idol, ask yourself if you are actually interested in seeking them out, or if you'd rather explore ways to try new things in bed with your partner and tap into that part of yourself. Or do you want you and your partner to find your middle school punk idol crush? Again, open up the lines of communication. Sex dreams that involve exes are one of the most complicated to wake up from. Unlike celebrity sex dreams, exes are people we usually have a very complicated history with, and as a result, complicated feelings. It's these unresolved emotions that give us ex-sex dreams. Now, these ex-sex dreams don't directly translate to wanting to have sex with our ex, but we do usually dream about an ex whom we have unresolved emotions. There is some relational dynamic that needs to be worked out. What were you trying to communicate through sex? Do you want a new understanding? Do you want to take your power back? There's usually unfinished business, and it is not sexual, according to Richmond. Unfortunately, as many of us have learned the hard way, contacting an ex for closure rarely works out as seamlessly as we'd like. With perfect apologies and an easy transition to friendship, that kind of a thing. Use your head, the one on your shoulders. Consult your friends and therapists if you have one. Preferably your therapist. Leave your friends out of this unless they're real friends that give you real advice with real situations. And then decide if these nagging dreams mean you should contact your ex to work out lingering resentment. Please also remember why you broke up, and that the real way closure works is by you realizing your power and that you are okay without this person rather than anything they have to say. So, within yourself, know that you're cool, you're good. They could tell you that the everything about you is great. But once you know within yourself that everything is great, whatever they say doesn't matter. What you're all about is getting whatever you need resolved. If it's best that you don't contact your ex, know that the dreams will subside with time. They will go away. Never had dreams about going into the stew pot here really quickly. Never had dreams about an ex either. I've never had a dream about an ex, a sex dream about someone I do not like or a boss. And I have had dreams about my ex, but they're rather unpleasant. Oh dear. Ouch. There's no unfinished business in my case. Good for you, man. No unfinished business there. So 644, are you saying that you have had those dreams about your ex or you haven't? I don't know what you're agreeing to with my, well, I guess you're agreeing that there's no unfinished business in your case. But before that, you just said an ex. I don't know what that is for. Or you were just emphasizing sexual dreams about an ex. All right, so apparently sex dreams run on the forbidden quite a bit. Michael Friedman, a sleep specialist and otolaryngologist. I've never heard of this word. I've never seen this word. I didn't see it earlier. Otolaryngologist. What is an otolaryngologist? What do they do? We need to look up that. Let me look it up real quick. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen, but I am sure that you are just as curious as I am. It's a medical specialty which is focused on the ears, nose, and throat. Okay. So the otolaryngology, I guess the olfactory, the larynx, which now I see the connection now. Ear, nose, and throat. Cool, I get it. And ENT for short. I did not, well, being ear, nose, and throat, but I did not know they were called an otolaryngologist. Who knew? I guess some of my more learned listeners did. Anyway, so Friedman says this is why we are more likely to have sex dreams about exes, bosses, celebrities, and even platonic friends than the person we're actually having sexual relations with. You may be attracted to this friend, or perhaps the sex dream is simply happening because this is someone you cannot have sex with. Either way, don't worry about being perverted or or about cheating if you're in a committed relationship. It is very normal and it's just human nature. It doesn't imply anything wrong or a conscious desire to be unfaithful. It's just part of being human. Subconsciously there may be some thoughts, but it would be considered very normal and common, says Friedman. Now, if you're in a relationship, don't assume it means it's time to end things. No. There has been an unfounded interpretation of a sexual dream outside of a person's committed relationship. In that, if you dream about being intimate with someone other than your partner, it means that you want to be with someone else. There's absolutely no evidence that this is true, says Brios. And no, you don't have to tell your friend about the kinky sex that you're having while you're dreaming. You don't need to tell your partner about it. But again, opening up the lines of communication won't hurt. I'm just saying. No sex dreams about the ex, agreeing with Marlon about the unpleasant dreams and the non-existence of unfinished business. Cool, got you. Novelty, I thought you left us. Okay. All right. Tell you what, Novelty, stick around. I just have a little bit more information for you, and then we're going to the musical therapy. You can hold on for a little bit. Hold on just a little bit. All right. Other times we have dreams that feel like a sexual version of being back at school, except instead of forgetting your homework, you're totally naked and everyone is laughing at you. Richmond says 2 examples are people waking up from a dream in which they engage in sexual activities that they never would want to in real life. While for some people sexual fantasies are totally normal and others engage in them consensually, with this type of dream, the one doing the dreaming does not have any desire to engage in such scenarios. When they wake up, they're absolutely horrified. If you're having sex dreams that you're feeling shameful and embarrassed, just remind yourself that it was only a dream. Now, there very much is a shame piece to such dreams. If you choose to be in one of these situations, that's fine, but these are not the people who would want that. So these are not sex dreams that you wake up from turned on, but sex dreams that leave you feeling embarrassed and humiliated. When clients come to her with tales of such dreams, Richmond says, I just completely normalize. It's normal. It's such a common experience to wake up from a dream and you feel guilty because you're like, oh no, that was so real. What did I just do? But nothing happened. It's an expression of our imagination. Our imaginations can think about slew of scenarios. So if you're having sex dreams that leave you feeling shameful or embarrassed, just remind yourself that it was only a dream. I remember sleeping and dreaming about getting shot in my leg in a war. Yes, I was in a war, and I was probably about 12 or 13 at the time, and I woke up limping because I had this gunshot wound through my leg. And I remember limping out of my bedroom and going into the living room and collapsing onto the living room chair, going, oh, wait, there's no bandage. There's no scar. There's no nothing. Damn dream. But it happens, and it happens with sexual dreams too. I will gladly share my sex dreams with my partner, and tell him what I would like him to do, whether the dream is about him or not. I would love to be a fly on that wall. Okay, so just a few more. Richmond says her office is filled with clients who have sex dreams involving a gender that they're not normally attracted to. She says it's mostly straight women who have dreams about lesbian sex, even if they don't actually want to be with a woman in real life. There can be a sensual component to it. I tell them to add some more sensuality to your life. Slow things down. Have sex without having intercourse. Yes. That is a real intimacy right there. Many people enjoy porn with genders they don't date. And it's okay to be turned on by sexual acts or sexualities that don't match up exactly with your existing sex life. However, if you're unfulfilled, as Richmond suggests, assess what about the fantasy turns you on and then find ways to integrate it into your relationship. Whether it means that you're going to wake up from a concussion, with a concussion 2 days later, or it means that you have just shifted gears in your relationship to explore things that you never thought you could have. Either way, open up the lines of communication. I don't think I can emphasize that enough. Some people actually have sex dreams about the person they're actually with. And rather than a celebrity or the one that got away, it's their partner. However, Friedman says that as many sex dreams contain forbidden aspects, dreams about your partner usually take place early in the relationship or in situations if you are separated. Sex dreams are more common when the relationship is not as readily available. They are definitely more common early in the relationship or when the relationship is not readily available for couples who have been together for a longer period of time. What should you do if you're experiencing sex dreams about your partner? Well, enjoy them. I think you should enjoy any of your sex dreams personally. I just think if you're having sex dreams, you should just enjoy them anyway. But if you're having sexual dreams about your partner, enjoy them. And then wake up, turn to your partner and say, hey, so there's this thing I want to try. What do you have to lose? A public bathroom, your childhood home, a sex party. Sometimes sex dreams take place in locations we don't normally go to actually have sex. As we have said before, sex dreams thrive on the forbidden. There's usually an element of freedom, of wanting, of longing for whatever the situation is. Is there a kink you want to try but haven't yet explored, such as exhibitionism and having people watch, or getting it on somewhere where you risk getting caught? Use these sexual fantasy dreams to gauge what you want and then apply it to your sex life in a manner that's comfortable for you. Richmond suggests starting small. If you're dreaming about a sex party, find a kink demo or a sexy dance night to attend before you dive into the sex party scene. While dreams don't always translate literally, they can help us understand our desires. Novelty, we're almost there. Almost there. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I suggest you guys check out allure.com and look up this article about sex dreams and their meanings. Check it out because there's quite a bit more information there, and we're gonna miss out on musical therapy time, and I don't want to miss out on musical therapy time to close out this week, especially since right now in the UK it's morning, so I get to say blessings and happy Earth Day, Mixmaster J. If nobody has told you yet, I get to be the first. Big ups, brethren. So back to the Allure magazine though, they talk about PTSD dreams. If you've been a victim of a sexual act, that you've been raped or sexually assaulted in some way, you can have PTSD dreams. Then you have your orgasmic sex dreams, you have your dreams that your partner cheated, you have your dreams that led to sleep sex. And you get to, there are a couple more links to some other articles that you get to look at. So check it out. It's really interesting information. Either way, wet dreams are real. And they're normal. Thank you very much, Novelty. They're real, they're normal, and even if you don't have them, that's normal too. When you dream about the forbidden, it's a dream, but yes, there may be something more involved, something that you may want to explore. Again, if the lines of communication are not open like that with your partner, open them up. As we jump into our musical therapy, we go all in with AJ Brown. It's called Dreams of Me.
Such a sight to see. Yeah.
Hey, Novelty, I know you're leaving now. If you decide to dream about me tonight, I won't be mad at you, okay?
Here she was, my angel, the one that I wed. She was there, fast asleep on the bed. I had to smile to myself when I heard what she said. She was dreaming, talking in her sleep, but she wasn't counting sheep. And then she moaned and groaned as she squeezed her pillow tight. Oh, what a sight! She was feeling alright. And then she called out my name in the middle of her ecstasy. Give it to me, AJ, she said. Give it to me, baby. She was dreaming dreams of me. Deep in her fantasy, dreaming dreams of me. Yeah. Dreaming dreams of me. Deep in her ecstasy, dreaming dreams of me. Alright, alright, oh yeah. Listen. It seems I was just lucky to be right on time to hear her expression so divine. Coming straight from the soul and her subconscious mind. She was deep, deep in REM sleep. Her body waiting patiently. I could not help myself. I felt my nature rise. No more disguise. I thought it was wise for me to join with her. Together underneath the sheet, I felt so complete when she hugged my body. She was dreaming dreams of me. She was
I want to thank GMAC Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment of the broadcast. GMAC provides sound, light, and stage production services, musical equipment, PA systems, audio engineers, DJs, bands, musicians, singers, and so much more. Give them a call, 754-307-GMAC. That's 754-307-4622. Or check them out online at gmacmusicsolutions.com. You can also do your online shopping there. It's quite a one-stop shop.
dreaming dreams of me. Ooh, what a sight, yeah. Deep in her fantasy, she was dreaming dreams of me. Dreaming dreams of me. I felt so many. Deep in her ecstasy, she was dreaming dreams of me. Wasn't anyone care to know?
This is a triggerific one.
And I don't even know.
Kiss me one more time.
Twiggy, baby, come back home. I won't sleep too long in your arms. It was just a little fight, gonna work things out. Never learned when mama taught me what's that
That's interesting, Novelty. I don't have that song. You holding out on me?
I won't sleep till I'm in your arms. Ooh, independent woman. I said I don't need no man. And I know where you came along and you changed your plan. Yes, it's really true what folks say.
Actually, I like.
What you got till it's
I have it right here.
blown away.
All I needed to do was scroll down one more time.
Kiss me one more time. I won't sleep till I'm in your arms. Lonely, independent woman. Ain't ashamed to say I was wrong. 'Cause I know I was wrong. And say that I should move along, but I'm gonna fight for my man. They don't understand what we have. There's no happy.
For those of you who don't know the Man in a Hurry track,
Strange world without
stick around. I have a treat for you.
love. Kiss me one more time. I won't sleep till I'm in your arms. Doesn't anyone care to know? Love won't let us wait.
But before I give you that treat, I'll give you this one. Novelty working out with Peter G. Love won't let us wait.
Being so close to you even makes it stronger somehow.
Here I am with open arms anticipating. Just the thought of being with you is so amazing.
You're the breeze in the summer, the warmth in the winter. You blow my mind. You're like a dream come true. Just wanna be with you. I love you all the time. Love won't let us wait.
Not a minute longer.
The moment is right now. And being so close to you even makes it stronger.
So when the love is stronger, is that when you have the dreams? Novelty, is that how that works?
I know you feel me trembling.
Body language said you're ready.
Let me go ahead and put you on the spot.
You in, 'cause love won't let us wait.
Not a minute longer.
15 minutes to go, 15 minutes before I get out of here for the remainder of the night of the week.
And being so close to you.
15 more minutes before Shinehead and DJ Papa Load. Kingston 12 Hi-Fi.
This moment everything is fine. Let's seize this opportunity and make it mine.
And make you mine. There is something about this moment. Everything is fine. Let's seize this opportunity and make you mine. Love won't let us wait.
Not a minute longer.
Yeah, the love won't let you wait, you know. That is why you end up with a man in a hurry. This is Novelty. She's so nice, you have to play her twice.
Don't want no man in a hurry. No hurry to get down the road. No hurry. Don't want no man in a hurry. I need a man with a love that'll last.
Listen, man, take your time.
Don't want no man in a hurry. 'Cause that ain't no fun. Slow hand is what I want from a man. No rush, hit and run. You call me on the phone, wanna know if I'm home. One thing I wanna say to you, and this you gotta know is true. Don't
And she want a man with a slow hand.
I need a man. I need a man. Patience goes a long way. And if you can't cool down the pain, go your way. Go your way. You better go.
The unmistakable trumpet of Howard Perry.
Don't you realize I'm a precious prize?
Sweet, sweet clarity of that trumpet, boy. Very first instrument I played was a trumpet.
Don't want no man in a hurry to get down the road. No hurry. Don't want no man in a hurry. I need a man with a love that lasts. Patience, so fair. No hurry. No rush. Patience. This is a moment. Don't you rush it. Just respect it. You hear? I'm in love with a girl that's in love with an ex-man. I'm in love with a girl.
Yes, Novelty, you sound good still.
Ex-man.
This is the sound of Unstoppable Fire.
It's a girl.
It's called In Love.
I show no compassion. I'm in love with a girl. We are both people in election. I try my best to do everything for please her. Take her to the movie, book her in a 3-star. Push me to the limit, but
Yeah, him couldn't afford a 5-star. So I'm working at 3.
me no come and go reach her. Me no have it, but me make a lot of sacrifice. She never grateful, no, she never satisfied. Mama said, don't worry, son, such is life. Me no really want to live, but me no have no choice. Right now, me heart agree. I'm in love with a girl.
I thank you, Novelty.
Love with an ex-man. I'm in love with a girl. I can't get over my ex-man. I'm in love with a girl.
Talk about things causing
She wanna come back.
dreams.
I'm in love with
And in love with a girl that you can't have, boy.
like election.
You compete like election.
I really want to pop me stuff. Me have to cut sometime. Me have to wonder if me run out of love. Me spend every nickel every time. Till me broke, me can't take it no more. Cause you know me had enough, girl. We used to date, now it expire. You left a mark in on me heart like a Benz tire. But thank you for this a song where you inspire. I hope you change your life and go seek prayer. Girl, you say you love me, but you a big liar. John Star, big liar. I'm in love with a girl that's in love with an ex-man. I'm in love with a girl. I can't get over my ex-man. I'm in love with a girl. When I show no compassion. I'm in love with a girl. Me a compete like election. Me try my best, me do everything for please her. Take her to the movie, book her in a 3-star. Push me to the limit, but me nah go beat her. Nah worry, cause me no come and go reach her. Me no have it, but me make a lot of sacrifice. She never grateful, no, she never satisfied. Mama said, don't worry, son, such is life. Me no really want to live, but me no have no choice. Right now, me heart agree.
I bet you never had a youth like me to keep you happy, keep you while I'm free. Until I give you this love. Until I give you this love.
Son of Alborosi.
I bet you never had a love like mine. Something to treasure that's so hard to find.
Yeah, this is how we close out the night shift week. Because you never had a youth like me.
Give you my heart, it's my pleasure, and you can keep it forever. And when you're in need the most, my melody shall keep you close. And I can sing you so many lullabies and keep you flying right through the sky. So let's burn and get high. I bet you never had a youth like me to keep you happy, keep you wild and free until I give you this love. Until I give you this love. I bet you never had a love like mine. Something to treasure that's so hard to find. Until I give you this love. Until I give you this love. Smooth operator, Rasta cool like the weather. Let us build our castle with love. And when you have a hard day, not today, I sing with. No leave your side, no criticize you. And when you think it's a
Take care, Novelty.
Rasta will be there at the door.
And as Novelty rolls out, I do want to remind y'all to remember the members of your community. And your community is not just a development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So as you go about doing what you do, the people that you pass along the way, whether you walk, ride or drive, on the ones on the bus, on the plane, on the boat, on the train, these are members of your community. So do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is DJ Kevin Studio, so I like to do it to you, for you, and with you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday with community and finance, Tuesday with healthy love, and Wednesday with real talk. Also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show. I do encourage you to be good. If you can't be good at it. And of course, it's Miss Master J's Earth Date. Blessings. Happy Earth Date to you, Mixmaster J. Those on Reggae Global Radio, you are invited to the party. Yup. Mixmaster J is going to be DJing his own party from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Reggae Global Radio. This is Ambelique. It's called Sugar Lips.
Sugar lips, sugar lips. Your kiss is sweet all the time. Sugar lips, sugar lips. One sip tastes like a wine. Sugar lips, sugar lips. Girl, I want you to be mine. Sugar, sugar lips, sugar baby, sugar. The first time we met, girl, it felt like magic. Now thinking of you gives me a rush every minute. Can't wait to hold you, baby, in my arms. I feel your sweet caress, your tender charm.
Let me see if I can squeeze in a piece of our next one before
you feel my company.
Shine it and pop a lot.
Sugar lips, sugar lips.
This is Ambelique. Sugar Lips.
Sugar lips, sugar lips. One sip tastes like a wine.
Catch the mix. The real storm. It's called Ital.
and the creamer when me pouring on my coffee. Anything me need, me now to search because you have it. Long conversations in the night, yo. Talking about things that we got into. You overstand all that I've been through. There's no pretending when I'm with you. Gonna love you, gonna make you mine. Don't give me the eye, don't love my baby, facing on the data line. Take my watch, I give you all my time.
We'll do this all over again next week. Stick and stay. Shine It is up next. Good morning, good afternoon to you. Good day. From right here in South Florida, I bid you good night.
Them and the leader, are you alone? Me wanting on me personal diameter. Not to your nice and not to your neater. You're firing, not to your sweeter. I wanna be your empress, wanna be your senorita. Give me a paper, give me a lighter. I make we blaze the pipe. You tell me you need me like some artist, and you really need a writer. You want the cook with in me salsa, the mineral in me water. I know that touch made you higher just for me.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.